Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. If this today is your first time to my channel, please warm welcome. If you have been always coming back to watching my video, once again, thank you very much for always coming back and watching my video. And if you have not subscribed, please hit that subscription button down below and hit the notification bell, so every time I upload the video, you will be the first one to be notified. Guys, the subscription is free. You help me to grow the channel and you help me to grow my work. I really appreciate if you subscribe. So if you're here for the first time, and let me just take this opportunity to share my short story. My name is Jerry Mboweni. Of course, I went from being a drug addict and homeless beggar. I was addicted to drugs, heroin for 11 years of my life. My last and a half year, I live in the street as a beggar. I'm currently 18 years clean, praise God for that. I'm 10 years full-time ministry, I thank God for that. I'm married, I'm a certified life coach and NLP practitioner. I'm a public speaker, I'm a mentor. I'm author of a book called 11:59:59, an ex-junk last-minute victory. I'm a wellness coach, I'm a mentor and a community builder. That is nutshell who I am. I'm gonna leave my story in the subscription box below, my telephone number and my email. If you wanna reach me for any engagement, you're welcome to do so. So let's go to today's session. Today's topic, I'm going to speak about what shall I do versus why me God. What shall I do versus why me God? I've got my laptop here to guide me what I'm about to talk. So what should I do versus why me God? Majority of us, when we first in a situation which is not desirable, it's not desirable outcome that we want, the first question we ask ourselves, why me? Jim Rohn said once upon a time, are happening for everybody. Everybody will go through challenging time. Everyone will go through the situation which is their outcome desired. There's those kind of people will ask, why me, God? Why this is happening to me? And other people will ask, what should I do? I like this one say in our addiction. I'm also addiction. Sorry, I forgot to say that. I'm also addiction counselor. I got a lot of things that I do. Okay, I'm also addiction counselor. So on our addiction, like counseling, or let's say in recovery room, we have this quote that people always like to say: we as addicts, people who are addicted, we are not responsible for getting sick. In other words, addiction we view as a disease, and so that if you got that disease which you become an addict, that was not your response, your responsibility, but is your responsibility to get well. In other words, we didn't ask to get sick, we didn't ask to experience the things that we experience, but however we experience them, and now we've got this addiction, now we're struggling. It's our responsibility to get well. And one of the things that actually I was very profound this week, I was sitting in a lecture on gender-based violence, and these guys, they were in treatment, trying to recovery program, try to quit drugs, try to recovering from drug addiction. And we were only gentlemen who were sitting there. It was gender-based violence lecture. So they separate the men and the women, and they give the lecture only to the men. And I was part of that session on the men gender violence session. And it was so profound that majority of people who are sitting there as a drug addicts now today, they have experienced, in other words, they have witnessed gender-based violence on their home. I was, wow. And majority of them, they did not ask. I was one of them. I experienced gender violence in my home. My father used to abuse my mother, and I experienced that. And we didn't ask that. But yes, once again, the treatment is there, and it's our responsibility for us to get well. So let's come to this question today. So the first thing is that our response to a circumstance we face is more important than the circumstance itself. Our response to a circumstance we face is more important than the circumstance instead. So in other words, if we find in a circumstance where it's not the outcome that you want, how you respond is more important than the circumstance itself. So it doesn't matter how much circumstance it is, the way you respond. How am I going to respond to this? What shall I do? In any situation, ask yourself, what shall I do to come out of this situation? And Jim Rohn once said this once again. He said, ask yourself, what for things to change, you must be willing to change. So whenever you find in a situation, ask yourself, what should I change for this situation to change? My own personal story, after struggling for 11 years on my addiction, living a street as a beggar, I asked myself, what in me must I change for my situation to change? What in me? We don't look outside for change. Everything will still be the same when outside. We look at it. In my current situation, in my, sorry about that, I found something here disturbing. In my situation right now, what do I need to change? Right? What do I need to change in this situation so that my circumstance change? Number 2, God can mold our weakness into the strength. God can mold our weakness into the strength. In other words, if you find in the circumstances that is become your weakness, for example, I'm going to give my own example again. Addiction. My drugs addiction was my weakness. I couldn't stay without drugs. I lost everything. I live in the street as a beggar. But then God turned that as my strength. Now, my entire topic, I went to become a life coach after wanting to find out how I got to this problem that I am now, and how can I get it out, and how can I help other people. The majority of people who are doing well in any industry are the people, for example, they found themselves in a situation that this situation weak them or paralyze them, and when they come out of it, they use the same situation to become their strength. I look in the Bible. There is a story of a guy called Joseph. Joseph was sold to become a slave with his brother, and when he found in that situation, guess what happened? He excelled in whatever circumstance that he find yourself. The key is, be the best in any circumstance that you find yourself. Third things I want to share, touch today is, God can use the situation that was intended to harm you for good, to harm you for His good or for your good. God can use the situation that intend to harm you for your own good. So, in other words, look at any circumstances that say, I am in this place now. What good will these circumstances bring to me? In other words, find a way within you, within trust with God, with whatever means that, and turn that situation to be used in a good. I've now get paid because I'm a drug counselor, which I have a background of being a drug addict. So in other words, my past, which has got very negative, which was got very painful, was intent to destroy me, which is part of it is done. My addiction was intent to destroy me, but praise God, God used that harm for His good. So now I walk around, I share the goodness of God, what God has done to me into my life, that has turned a drug addict to a public speaker. In fact, not only drug addict, a heroin drug addict, antisocial behavior to a social behavior. So once again, whatever circumstance you find yourself, the question is, what shall I do in these circumstances? Not why me good. Why me God? I hope this session helped you. I hope this video has helped you. Please leave the comment down below. Tell me how this video has helped you. And as always, stay safe. I'm looking forward to meet you again in the next video. God bless you. Bye for now. Peace.